Clean
hold on,
body
I'm zoom out back to the sun. I can't have
Yeah, man.
the people and thing, but the people all down there, so that.
A liar, dear Rose.
Greater Portmore. Greater Portmore.
Cheer up live, man.
Beg something in the chat, something in the chat, something in the
Chat slow.
something chat. Anything chat, I'm zoom in again.
Taxi man.
Anything chat, I'm zoom in. Man get headshot and dead in a gully, boy. Alright. Man get headshot and dead in a gully. Headshot and the car just come out of the gully.
Yeah, man, I tell you now. No one see dead man. Come like you no one see, yo, man, lock off.
Nah, I always zoom in because my viewers them active, you know. Alright. So they take out the body now, you know. I saw him stuck up in the car, dog.
Top up the screen and send me a galaxy, you know. Send some roses.
The body in the car said, yeah, man.
You know?
But come like he's stuck in there, the body stuck in there. No, come like brown man. One man say for brown man do it, and it's easy, you know.
Yo, top of the life, man.
People send some things from their life. Send in something. I them bugger man.
That fish, man, what?
Bugger people. I like say bugger people, you know.
Dead body on the highway, just dead body, like a woman, like look like one of those back road girls. Dead body on the highway going to Portmore, you know, the toll. What's the name of that toll? The one that we cross. That toll, you know the name of it? I don't know, the one that go to Portmore, the Portmore toll, yeah. That let you out right where back road is. Yeah, dead body on the road. You don't reach the toll yet. You don't reach that toll yet. Look like one of those back road girls still. You're gonna hear about it though. Just drove past the body.
Welcome to True Jamaica Buzz, news and entertainment with a buzz. The video and audio that you just heard are of incidents or one particular incident. Maybe it is a mix-up that took place in a Portmore where it is said that a man was found in a taxi, one of those white and black checkered taxi. He was gone, and then you heard the audio telling you that a lady or the body of a lady was found in a Portmore. Now, people, as disturbing as persons losing their life on a regular basis, is also this new generation of commentator, new generation of journalists, if you want to call it like that, on TikTok, where they want to make money off persons losing their life. They're asking, they're begging for tops and roses. And we've seen the same thing as it pertains to that incident in Manchester, as it pertains to Brownman and Eggman, where the persons having it on live were asking persons to send roses, or they were going to take off or turn off the live. People, it is very sad when you live in a society that there's a whole bunch of murders, and then you have persons capitalizing on it. And this is yet an next perfect example, back to back to back, point blank and period.
Alright, people, here what going on now. One more accident on the beach road. You see me? Alright now, bro. Me need to like what go on. Cause here one now, bro. Me not bash nobody, you know, youth. Cause me a bike man, you know, bro. You see me? But most of them youth who ride the bike, them, they not hear when them parents talk to them. And they not hear when nobody talk to them. You see me? They feel like they knows it all. So them now you have to slow down. Me ride hard, everybody ride hard, but sometimes, bro, we can't go easy in our life. Because you know, sometimes parents are trying to save you, you know, and I tell you, if you take time ride hard, we're not here, you know. But not here who talk to you know, bro. If we as a bike man or a car man, not try to save ourselves, you know, bro. Nobody can save you, you know, bro. We can't depend on Father God, we can't depend on our parents to save you, you know. And we have to save ourselves. And see, you know, I'm a bridging brother crash. And the state we're in right now, bro, you know, look good. And I just pray the Father God can give him a second chance. Because one young youth, I doubt if he reach 15, bro. You see me? You understand? One more accident, bro, and you look like all the police them now do their work. Because sometimes the police them do their work, but we as a bike man and we as a car people can't make it easy for the blood clot police them do their work, dog. But we too stubborn more while. So you see, if we can't save ourselves, who are going to save we as a bike man or a car man, bro? You see me? Down on the grill. We have to look into ourselves, dog. You see me? I want color and book pass, you know. True World TV, you know. And so you go, dog. Father God just give him a second chance. He's young. You see me? None of we not perfect in our life, dog.
So the next thing that is popping in the news based off the audio video that you just heard is of a bike crash that took place in a Negril. If you know anything about Negril, you know that it is one of those places where bike is used on a regular basis as a mode of transportation. But we've seen all sorts of incidents, accidents in which these young youths, bike men, bike taxi, are losing their life, getting badly injured, their pillion also getting badly injured or even dead. And this is yet an next perfect example, and this is what happens whenever you don't obey the road code, the rules and laws and regulation of the road. So people like me, I say, take it easy, point blank, and period.
All of them bumbuckler batty will come talk about say you kill man for egg and this and that. You know say your bumbuckler shoes and you lace the pussy them want try take off of you. And you have to done out the pussy them. Them don't know that boy egg man and egg this. Them pussy them want gunshot in them blood clot face. Cause them do a talk and them don't know it badness. They know say how can a Dan be bumbuckler egg man and kill a man for 2 egg. You idiot but egg man. Them boy they want get blood clot bullet. Them pussy they just talk and talk. And all them blagger boy, them boy they sleep blood clot dead. All them do a chat off them blood clot mouth and them don't know nothing. Me blood clot know you, you know me. You know see a Canada bomber clot badness and them pussy they come go on like your thing small. How the fuck your thing is small for $200? Them pussy they tell her to suck them mother, then she'll get 100 bullet. Them pussy that come go and talky, them blood clot idiot. Hey, wait man, you hold on, just hear this blood clot.
So the next thing that is popping in the news based on the audio that you just heard that has been circulating over social media, in which this one individual claims to be some associate of the Eggman Brownman, not Eggman Brownman. And he's portraying his badness. It might make it seems as if people are belittle Brownman badness, saying that him kill man over 2 egg, while the story on the street allegedly is that Eggman took a toll and Eggman owed Brownman for some toll, and he did not want to pay him and he was exalting himself. And then Brownman had to show him that, listen, this is where the badness stops and your heart is going to stop right away. Now, people, sometimes, whenever any sorts of stuff happen on social media, in the news and real life, you're going to hear all sorts of lunatic come out with all sorts of voice note, all sorts of video. And I think in this case, this is an individual that is probably loose in the head, nana sense, nana head kind of cuckoo for cocoa puff. That is just putting out something to ride the wave of the badness of Brownman and the buzzing topic all over social media. So therefore, I say this to say that I would take this voice note with a grain of salt. Me as a blogger myself can't take it serious. This is just an ex-madman that is just looking for some clout. Point blank and period. Now, the next thing that is popping in the news, it is becoming more and more obvious that these maniacs on the road are out and about. And this is based on an accident that took place in a St. Anne in which that man was badly injured. Specifically, one of his arm don't look like it is going to have any sorts of use for him for the rest of his life. Now, some persons were saying that he probably fell asleep and drift and was hit by a next vehicle on the side. It seems as if he had his hands outside. People, seems as if is the operative word. However, when I saw a video, and don't know if this is the same person, I am only assuming, we saw that his hand was pretty much badly damaged, almost severed. Now, I don't know if you notice that there's a lot of persons out there driving, especially taxi men, them always have them hand outside the vehicle. And I am sure that that is illegal. If this was America and you are ever seen with your hands or any part of your body outside of the vehicle, you would be severely ticketed. You might even lose your access to driving, driver's license that is. So people, like me always say, a hard ears make for a soft ass. And this is yet the next perfect example, tragically, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is a very tragic death of a young youth, 13-year-old in Hopewell, Hanover. He attended the Hopewell Primary High School, sorry. His name is Twain Sears, 13-year-old, like I said. Based on the information, it is said that the little pitney was being bullied at school, so the mother told him that, listen, you need to leave and come home, leave from school and come home as early as possible to avoid you being bullied. Because it is said that not only was he bullied, he was beaten up. Them take away him bag, them take away him shoes. They did all manner of evil to him. So his mother just giving him tough love, told him, listen, get home before 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, sorry. It is said that on Thursday he got home after 6 o'clock. After not seeing him coming home at about 5, the mother went out to look for him. When she took him home, she gave him a scolding, allegedly with a wire. It is said that that was when he used that same wire and then him take away himself. Went in the bathroom, mother saw that the bathroom door was locked. She was trying to open the door, couldn't get in, called family members. Family members breached the door. When they went inside the house, the same sorts of wire that the mother used for allegedly lick him up, that was what he used for take away himself. Them use a knife and cut him down. Now, people, I am going to let you hear what family members say, explaining everything in details, and then I'll give my piece.
Since school open, some boy fish him in the mouth, and they have to took them over the police station, call him mom, and the mom go and get him and take him home. And, they try to bully him at school. At school, you had a pitney in a little argument, so the mom tried to let him come home very early in the evening, no lingering on the street. So he come home a little bit late, and the mom was talking to him about it, maybe he get upset and went into the bathroom and tied something around his neck.
I was informed about the situation through my member, who is a neighbor to the family. And I believe it's a very sad and painful experience. And I believe any parent at this time, is understandably hurting. And I'm just here just to offer my condolences from a pastoral level.
Now, people, you have to be very careful when it comes to tough love, especially this new generation of kids. They are not built like back in the 80s, 90s, 2000, the 2000 Gen Sec, whatever you call them. They are built kind of softer than the average generation that came before them. Some just say you have to be careful, you have to kind of treat them with kids' glove. Know how you talk to them, know the tone, know everything. And that is why we see stuff like this happening on a more regular basis than it did back in the days. Because these youths, them have thin skin and they are kind of frail. It is very sad, the motive why he probably did what he did. And people, I am not saying that there's any sorts of justification, I just say. Sometimes these youths that are frail and then they are being bullied, and then when they come home, thinking that the home is a safe space, even though this mother was doing what she did in her eyes as something good, tough love, we saw that it backfired in the worstest way. Such is the case in this case, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is based off 2 shootings that took place off St. John's Road, back to back. We saw that there was a 48-hour curfew, and based on what the SSP for the area, Hopton Nicholson, had to say, he had to implement this curfew for kind of calm down the shooting that took place. However, there are a couple of individuals that they are looking for. I am going to let him give you the list of those individuals, and then the journalist from TVJ is also going to add an additional list. So people, take a listen, take a look, and then I'll give my piece.
The first one occurred at 101 St. John's Road, and that was reported on Saturday, September 6, 2025. And another murder, the body of a man was recovered on Wednesday, the 10th of September 2025 in the Clayton Heights area. Tyreek Jadu, OC Biscuit of Torspen in Spanish Town. Akeem Davis, OC Boo of 31 St. John's Road. TJ, otherwise called Siva of 31 St. John's Road. Javon Stevenson, otherwise called Fox of 33 Old Harbor Road, Spanish Town. DT of Pittsburgh Drive, Homestead. Keno Johnson of Central Village.
Additionally, a man known only as Pow from Old Harbor Road, Jazeel Campbell of Homestead District, and War Ox, Birdie, Poppy, and Dimitri, all from St. John's Road addresses, are also being asked to immediately turn themselves in to the Spanish Town CIB.
Now, people, based on what the SSP is saying, unless they've been living under a rock, them never read the notice board, them never get the message in the bottle. These police are very serious. Whenever you get an option to give in yourself, I would advise you that you do so, because you know that the next option is more than likely the warrant of you know what. So people, you heard the SSP giving his word of advice, giving his warning, letting them know, listen, turn in yourself or else you might be turned into the duppy. Point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news is that we see that citizens, residents of Jamaica have been calling for stricter monitoring of deportees, especially criminal deportees, those with very serious crimes committed overseas, whether Canada, London, America, Haiti, Lele, Blue, Blah, Bling. And this was kind of hastened a couple of days ago due to an incident that took place in Mandeville, where a brown man deported from Canada, known bank robber, got into an incident with an individual known as Eggman. He took away Eggman, then there was a shootout for about 4 hours or so with himself, the JSF, SWAT team, and members of the JDF. We saw that the year in which it took place, Mandeville, the mayor, Mr. Mitchell, came out and he had a news conference and he is saying, the JCF, Jamaica Eye, need to strictly monitor these deportees that come home, especially those that have serious crime on their names. I wanted to take a look at exactly what he had to say in a news conference that he did, and then I'll give my piece.
People have been calling me. I never know that Manchester have them type of people up there and all of that. It leaves a little bit of bad taste in some people's mouth.
3 rifles, guns may be there, and he was deported 3 times already. Somebody like that should have been on the radar. Somebody like that should have been under a microscope.
He was deported to Jamaica 3 times. For the life of me and the life of the citizens of Manchester, this is one person that should be on the radar. It should be something that everybody knows. And where he lives and all of that, it couldn't be, he lives in an apartment where one of your officers used to live. Can you imagine that it could have been that he takes on one of your officers who lives in that apartment? Luckily, I think that officer lives there no more.
Mandeville is on the system. Things are in place for Christian and Spaldings to be on, but I cannot speak what is in place for Porus right now.
For that type of situation that happens on Caledona Road, you can imagine if it was a day when, because the hard school is somewhere down there, when school was in session or anything, or it was a busy day and all of that, what could have happened in the thing? And so I think if we don't have it, or if we have it, it has to be monitoring more and more, because more deportees are coming back to Jamaica than normal.
There have been an increase of former members of the police and the military who, after they have served, would have gone out. And that is a fact, that is already a proven thing. And we also monitor those individuals because of their superior training. When they become on the other side, they would have become a serious problem to us as a nation.
Now, people, you've heard me on several occasions in my blog say that these deportees, when they come home, if they are not wanted, don't have a criminal wanted list in a Jamaica, then they are pretty much set on the street after they do a background check. There is no sorts of monitoring. So whether you are a killer, whether you jump over people fence, there is no monitoring. You're just left loose to the mercy of the streets. And such is the case in this case because this man was deported a couple of times for bank robbery, armed bank robbery. So therefore, the government of Jamaica should have known they had more than one or two opportunity to make sure so they monitor him. And if they did not monitor a serious individual like this, just imagine other individuals that are just as dangerous or even less dangerous. However, people, we know that we are a country of reactive instead of proactive and 9-day attack. So more than likely, after this kind of calms down, we're not going to hear anything like this again until, of course, our next deportee does some serious crime, point blank and period. So the next thing that is popping in the news, there was a bit of controversy at the polling station, a St. Catherine, in which the PNP Norman Scott, he was accused of punching somebody, licking somebody, one of the persons that were working at the polling station. He claimed that it was accidental or at worst, somebody ran into his hand. I don't know exactly what that means. However, it seems as if that person made an official report to the police station and he was officially charged for assault at the polling station. However, his lawyer had something to say as it pertains to him being charged. I want you to take a look at exactly what the lawyer had to say, and then I'll give my piece.
I find it strange that the Jamaica Constabulary Force has made much fanfare about this charge against Norman Scott, but there's no mention against the person who Norman Scott made a report against. And I think that this biased approach of the police force ought to be called out.
Now, people, when this incident took place, the lady was adamant that yes, him lick her, and that is because she told him that he had to leave after 5 minutes in the polling station. After 5 minutes in a polling station, any politician, MP, would have violated their stay, so they would have to go. However, it seems as if this man was saying that this lady was lying about him, lying about the whole incident, and nothing like that took place. However, people, it seems as if after doing an investigation, I am not going to say thorough investigation, they have come to the conclusion or decision that he's supposed to be charged. So you hear the lawyer saying that it is politically motivated, and it seems as if these police are biased. Well, people, let me know in the comment section if you think that he should be charged based on the fact what the lady say, him lick her in her face, broke up her glasses. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Point blank and period. So anyways, people, thanks once again for checking out my video. If you appreciate videos like these, please show your appreciation by liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing to my channel. That is how YouTube promotes videos like these to like-minded, sensible persons like yourself. Bless up.